Hello, if you are here from the future, welcome to my little test stream. I am just gonna do this real quick. It's probably not gonna be too long because I'm still recovering, but I'll explain what I'm doing. So, I play this game a lot when I'm not recording, because I like the game and also because there would be hours upon hours of video of me just, doing basic repairs, jobs, that sort of thing. So, I thought maybe I'd test out a little live stream with that and see kind of how it works out. So there's probably not going to be a whole lot of commentary unless somebody random shows up and talks. But other than that, I'm just going to kind of get to doing some work around and making some money for some upgrades and some repairs and stuff. So just don't mind me while I'm just checking some stuff here. Obviously, since this is a test, I didn't schedule it. I'm not really planning on anyone showing up. So we're going to kind of get the settings and everything tuned while I do this as well. And hopefully this sounds okay. People just have to let me know if they show up. I'll have to fix that later. Alright, let's get to bed and then we've got some work to do tomorrow. Yeah, not right now, dude. Did my food go bad? No, it hasn't gone bad yet. I don't know when the power went out. This one, I think. There we go, that's better. Alright, well, it's 2 a.m. The sewage truck is parked by Fleetari's, I think, so probably going to go pick that up. And I need to leave the car there to get the roll cage taken out of it anyways, because the registration or inspection needs to be done for it, so we might as well take that. I think I got it switched over enough that it'll be ready. Oh, also picked up a couple new toys. Have yet to install those, so. And then I've got my practice tires and my rally tires, so. And then just the road tires that are on there now with some wheels. Actually, let's get this warming up. Not on it, in. Let's see, what do we got? A bag of chips. Let's go ahead and take that with us. Don't think we need anything else right now. That was a mistake. Forgot how dark this game is. It's been a while since I've driven this at night. I have to try and remember where the, there it is. The switch for the lights is. Alright, let's see if we can not die. I have to remember I've taken all of the rally parts off of this mostly, so it's going to be kind of back to stock for, or close to stock for traction. Boy, that is some not grip. I suppose we'll probably have some waiting to do once we get to Fleetari's for him to open. But we can save when we get there anyhow. Sometimes it's good to have a backup save just because things can get kind of janky beyond repair. So yeah, like I said, don't expect a whole ton of commentary unless there's chatting going on, just because I'm still healing from the operation, so a lot of talking can get a bit sore. Videos are okay because I can record them in portions and then put it together, but live stream is something else entirely if there are people around actually interacting. I don't necessarily expect anyone to show up, but if you do, hi, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this, think about giving me a sub. I'm also planning on playing my winter car after this one, but we've still got quite a bit to do in this one, and I don't really feel the need to rush it. I'm enjoying this one too much. I've still got a lot of work to do to get this car finished. We do have the suspension now, but we also have to get the racing carb and the nitrous, and then there's also the drag racing to do, I believe, and maybe some other stuff I haven't found yet. I don't know. Whoa, dude. Walking in the middle of the night, paired with me having really bad vision in the first place, doesn't help. Yeah, of course it'd be you. Somebody's gonna die on that road in a minute. And it's not gonna be me because I'm not there. Also have to remember to avoid police checkpoints at this until I get the inspection done. I was waiting to get the inspection done before I do any upgrades because there's no point in putting fancy new parts on there just so I have to take them off again to get the inspection done. Oops. So what happens when you lose your focus for half a second? Need to check something real quick. Alright, looks good to me. Also, I apologize in advance if I get quieter as this goes along. It's just me trying to keep my mouth from getting messed up too much. Hey, how's it going? Not too bad. Just figured I'd do some grinding before I go to bed tonight, so thought I'd test out some live streaming at the same time. I got a bit of time to pass here. Let's see, if I wait now, that'll give me till 6. Might as well. I'm just waiting to pull the car in here so I can get the roll cage taken out of it for inspection again. And then I'm going to go pump a bunch of tanks for some money. Good, actually. It's been really good. It's just still a little tender, so if I talk too much, then it kind of gets a little irritated and sore, but other than that, pretty good. Still feel like I've got a bit of a lisp because of the swelling, though. I cannot remember if I needed to do this house. If I do, I can do that before I park the car inside. Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't plan on it. That's well, I'm not too sure how long this is going to be today, but I wanted to give it a try because I think it'd be kind of fun, and not everyone wants to see nice hours upon hours of me just grinding out money. So why not do it at a nighttime live stream or something? I can definitely see why a lot of people that make content for this resort to crime early on, though, because if you're actually going to try and do the game legitimately without, going doing things that would send you to jail. Yeah, I actually wasn't really expecting anyone to show up. I just figured I'd test it, get the settings and stuff figured out for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I kind of enjoy it. The even the why would I want you to leave? Did I say something confusing? Oh no, you mean like is me doing this as a test sort of thing, or no? Like the whole I'm doing this live. If people show up, that's cool. But I'm just saying I wasn't expecting anyone to necessarily show up. So since it's I was just planning on doing a test, I didn't schedule anything. I just kind of started it and went for it and figured I'd play for a bit before bed. And if people showed up, then that's awesome. No, actually, having anyone here helps. It helps me know how the stream goes, how the latency and stuff looks. I can't know how the volume is on everyone else's end. That's why I have issues with the volume on some of my videos because I have tinnitus 24/7. So I kind of have a hard time tuning videos for other people. My volume settings are kind of weird on my computer, and I don't really use headphones very often because of it. I have to use speakers, so usually I've got my setup so the speakers don't bleed over into the microphone. So if they do, let me know and I'll adjust it. So we're probably going to need that lift axle. Okay, that's good. That's... Hey, Spider. Yeah, we'll, if I rage out on this, then we'll get some rocksmith going. Okay, yeah, that's good to know, because it's different in the stream, because when I have to boost the audio a lot in post, uh, just to get it to get through the YouTube compression to where everything isn't almost silent, because I don't exactly have the best setup. Oh, come on. I wanted to park in my favorite spot. There we go. That should be good enough. Yeah, that'll work. Except now I can't get in from that side. That was almost scary. The fun part of not being a criminal in this game. There we go. Get a sucking. Yeah, and I know you can take the poker machine from the pub also and get a decent amount of money from that, but I figure why if I don't really need to. I think the only job I don't actually do or haven't done is the hay bales. I still deliver all the adverts for Timu when I can, because I just ride around on the scooter and do that. And I still do the firewood every time it comes up. And I usually do groceries for Grandma as well. I just have the fish trap set up at the island, so when she asks for fish, I end up getting a bunch of money from her for that. Wrong button. Nice. Should be good timing. Oh no, that's right. I didn't really do the strawberry one either. I started it, but it ended up being late in the day, and I ended up going home and not finishing it.
Kiitos vaan, ihan tyhjältä näyttää kaivo.
Thank you very
Rahaa
much.
sä oot ansainnut, että kiitos vaan, että ole hyvä. Tässä on kiitos vaan.
So yeah, I haven't done. Well, I started the strawberry one, so I know what it's like. I haven't done the hay bales yet. I've heard that that's a real pain. But then again, so does giving the drunk rides home. I don't think I've had him pay me more than 60 marks at all at any of the times I've given him a ride home. Oh, heavy hose. Alright, now let's see if we can get out of this hole that I parked myself in. Yeah, that is true. I've been actually kind of waiting. He actually called right when I started this stream, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that right now. My car is all set up to be back to inspection, and I don't want to break it because it's the blocks and transmission are probably both on their last legs. Yeah, that's what I heard. And then you can find it. I think if I get desperate enough, I will, but I mean, at this point, I'm happy enough even just playing the game on my own without anyone, recording or streaming or anything, just to do the money-making stuff. Because I find the gameplay loop kind of relaxing. Come on. Alright, let's see if we can... Come on. There we go. I don't know the whole story, but I do know there are certain particular story plots that I can kind of aim myself towards. But I don't necessarily know the exact outcomes of them. I just know that, give the drunk rides to figure out about the suitcase, and that it's got a bunch of money. But that's a spoiler that's really hard to avoid if you see anything about this game at all. And then I also know there's some storyline with the guy and the girl in the car. And I cannot wait to get that racing suspension on here. Really? It's not even in your way. Yeah, it definitely does. It's got... I don't know, there's just something about it. I don't care how janky it is or how much it screws me over. I just... I think... Let me check, what am I at right now? I'm at... about 130 hours almost now.
Terve, terve. Mikä oli pojalla mielessä? Ei jumalauta, nyt on sellainen juttu, että joku pistää mun silmään
That's expensive.
Ei pysty kattoo noita.
I don't think I need anything else right now.
Mikä tää
I want to replace the
Täällä on
engine
tää sun
parts.
autosta. Auttaisikohan siihen, jos mä otan niinku hitsaajanlasit päähän, että mä niinku varmaankaan näe yhtään mitään.
I think that's good for now.
Ota toi mun verkku tosta, et pääset kotiin, mut älä sit saatana oo sen kaasupolkimen kanssa kauhean tiukkana, kun kyllä se ottaa sitä bensiiniä.
Alright, let's see. Did I leave anything in here that I needed? I don't think so. No. I better move that, otherwise it's gonna end up on the floor anyways. Whatever. I think I've got another one or two of these jobs in town also. But I'm a cheapskate, so I'm gonna have to take the back road. Come on, wrong button. That's still pretty cool, though. Why are you having problems starting? Because you're moving. There we go. Yeah, a few years back I had moved to the other side of the world, and before I had done that I had actually had a Datsun 280Z that I was working on restoring, but ended up having to sell it before I moved, so it never got finished. That's alright. I sold it to this, I guess at the time, kind of an older couple that were really interested in restoring it and taking care of it the right way, so I didn't want to get rid of it, but I knew it was at least going to a good home. Probably somebody that could have taken better care of it than me. I don't think anyone that hasn't actually played this game understands how much just driving back and forth there is. A lot of that gets cut from videos, mine included. Unless it's in the Satsuma or something, then that's rally practice. Stay on the road, man. I know you're full of poo, but come on. Yeah, his content's awesome. I wish I had a sliver of the creativity a lot of these people do, but I don't anymore. I did when I was younger, but I guess you don't use it, you lose it. So now it's just me making boring videos. But that's kind of the vibe that I like anyways, so. Well, radar love is the only way to pick up chicks when you're driving a truck full of raw sewage. Thank you, I'm glad you like that. It's the kind of videos I like too. I like the kind of just more laid back stuff that I can, like a lot of times I'll just put a video on in the background while I'm doing other stuff if I'm editing a video or, whatever I'm doing. And if it's, something that's really wigged out, it's hard to focus on what I'm doing at the same time. And driving is so much better with a controller, but it's a pain having to use controller, keyboard, and mouse at the same time. But to answer the other half of your question, my go-to driving tunes are entirely random. It's probably going to be metal adjacent, though, of some sort. Yeah, I really like Mart's videos and the style that he does them in, and a lot of other creators as well. But that's just, I don't know. I can't fake that stuff. It just doesn't feel right. I might as well just be me, even if it is a little boring. Yeah, I've got my winter car installed and waiting for when I'm done with this one, so that's definitely in the pipeline for the future. I guess I don't necessarily mean boring. More, I guess just I'm I am not a very excitable person just in general naturally, and I have a really hard time faking it. And if I try and fake it, it's going to be really obvious if I do. So, why bother? I mean, I would watch my own stuff. That sounds kind of vain, I guess, but it's the kind of stuff I like to watch. Is the kind of stuff I like to make, I guess. Yeah, I got them both in a package because I had seen a little bit of both. I've seen a little bit more of my winter car than I have of my summer car stuff, though. Although I have watched a bit more recently since I've been playing quite a bit, and I kind of know a majority of the stuff that would be spoilers.
No kiitos niin oikein paljon,
Thank
että
you,
viitsit
sir.
tehdä tämän hommaa.
Very kind of you to pay me.
Ihan olen tyytyväinen tähän. Ole hyvä, tässä on rahaa. Morjes.
I wish they had a My Fall car. I don't know, maybe there's a mod for it for this, because I think there's a winter mod for this, and that's what ended up, why my winter car ended up happening. I am definitely a filthy casual. But definitely not for this game, because I can't stop playing it. I mean, obviously, I should be actually be in bed right now. But it's not like I have to be up at a particular time tomorrow for anything, so... I think I had one more pickup, but I think it was the guy out by the firewood house. My sprint car would be awesome. It'd be, fairly easy to make too, because, all they'd have to do is, you know what, let's actually dump this off before we go. Otherwise, we're just burning extra fuel to drive this thing all the way out towards home. I guess we'll turn off. We'll go off-roading. Fortunately, I don't have work tomorrow, but I usually can't help but being up at like 5 a.m. anyways. Most mornings. Definitely not by choice. Yeah, it's about 10 p.m. here where I'm at. No, not for me yet. It will be in a couple hours, though. Alright, how much are you gonna rip me off?
Joo. Ja se teki sitten niin paljon kuin... Oo. Että tämmönen tapaus. Jaha. Ja kiitos käynnistä. Joo. Siitä vaan.
I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm still living in the future when I used to live on the other side of the world. I don't think my sleep schedule or eating schedule is ever fully recovered, even though I've been back here for 8 years or something. Yeah, the dialogues are always pretty good. Like if you sit around and listen to Timu or something, or the drunk babbling on the way home, or when you get Pinor to pick you up. Yeah, I would love to be able to learn Finnish, but I've also heard that it's one of the hardest languages for a native English speaker, so I don't know if I got that kind of time. Speaking of Peener, let's get that lift axle out of the way. We don't need it right now. We'll be able to turn better without it. That's what I have heard. And knowing me, I can't finish anything, so... Oh, I try and do this as often as possible because filling this thing up is laborious. Okay, that's not too bad. Takes forever to fill this thing up from empty. No, this is Schrodinger's finish. I'm finishing, but I'm not finishing it. Finishing. My supercar, I don't think I've heard of that. But I'm also out of the loop on a lot of stuff as well, so... It would be cool if they had like a My Spring car where everything's wet and muddy and you have to, build like an off-road truck or something. Oh, nice.
Päivä, no mitä sinulle?
Okay, we've got food, but we might grab some more. I've pretty much run this place dry.
Olisiko sulla kolikko? Joo, nähellään tuosta. Morjes.
No, I don't want to sleep. I want to open the bag. That can sit there for now. That's fine. Oh, nice. French. Seems like a lot of people, myself included, I took French as my elective language in high school. Actually, a lot of people there were taking German and Spanish. There weren't a whole lot of people that were taking French at the time, but that was a while back, we'll say. Free water. There, we'll give it back. Really wish the drunk hadn't woken me up. Yeah, I'm not using a ton. I'm using the backpack mod, obviously, the bolt size mod. I have the grab everything mod installed in case something breaks and I need to fix it. But that's about it. Okay, is there anything else I need to do while I'm here? I don't think so. But I do like to get at least a fairly vanilla or vanilla plus experience the first time I play through a game. And that way I can use mods to get replay value out of it. Bye, Pepe. Thanks for coming. It was nice meeting you. Yeah, I think it would make the videos a lot more difficult to record if, even without the backpack mod. Because just having the backpack mod makes a huge, huge difference. Like otherwise, just carrying things around one at a time doesn't make much sense. Want to replace the headlight bulbs in your car? No, you're going to carry those from your bench to your car one at a time, buddy. I have a feeling I'm going to run into PNR and kill him, and we'll end up in prison together. Put some radio on in here. Oh, Let's roll the poo-poo truck first. See? I'm glad I emptied it. If I hadn't emptied it, that definitely would have rolled over there.
Olisiko pitäisi puhuta luonnosta rirveli ja rata sieppo. Otetaan
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. My games usually I start out either vanilla or very lightly modded with, quality of life stuff like the backpack mod for this. And then I'll play through the game, and if I like it enough and the game's, worth playing more, then I'll start adding mods to it. Like with Project Zomboid, I've played with so many different mods on that game, it's ridiculous, and I haven't even touched a fraction of them. And I've had people recommend quite a few mods for this game that are supposed to be pretty good too. Like being able to restore the old beater that you get from the poker guy. Jesus, I just got jump scared by the damn radio. I'm not tired, I promise. Hello, beautiful Satsuma. Yeah, I have BeamNG, and I watch actually quite a bit of content on it. I really want to be able to make content for it, but I just haven't been able to figure out how or what to do exactly other than... Oh, you don't like the radio? Was it too loud? I thought you were saying it was too loud. Yeah, the radio's great. Oh no, it's all good. I just thought maybe it was bleeding out my microphone or something. Yeah, I started taking the radio around with me. Like if I just go hang out at the island, I'll take the radio with me and, sit out there and grill sausages or whatever and just kind of hang out and relax. Stay there for the night. I actually don't mind the music in the game. Oh, was it this guy that I needed to suck? I can't see. Yes. Okay. Yeah, he likes to hide around the corner a bit. That should be good enough, I hope. Oh, damn you, woodpile. Foiled again by the lumber. You know, I just realized this is going to be like an entire stream of me just like sucking poop out of holes. I'm not sure if YouTube's going to approve of that. Lumber. You know, I always wondered if I throw that down there, if it'll suck up in the hose and plug it. I wouldn't put it past him to have programmed that into the game. Yeah, here I am with like 250 subs, gonna get canceled already. Yeah, I don't think it does. I've thrown a few down in the past, and it hasn't happened. I've even thrown myself down there. That was fun. I didn't think I'd fit. Thank you, sir. Getting that money. No, I don't think it did. Although I'm not sure. I didn't really live long enough to find out. And then someone had to tell me how to actually reconnect the hose to the truck, because I tried forever and couldn't figure it out. And I just messed with it and messed with it. Never could figure it out, but fortunately somebody told me how you could do it, so give me that. This game is very picky in how it wants you to do things sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure which way would be worse. Just falling in the hole or falling in the hole and then getting sucked into the tube. Okay, let's see. The car is going to be with Fleetari until at least tomorrow. Yeah. Got the old slip and slide. I suppose I'm close enough to home with this that I can just drive this home. Just a bit less, though. It's like earlier I was playing, I finally encountered why that there's a fuse that makes it so your water doesn't run. So that's interesting. I mean, it's not weird. That would happen to me. I have well water where I live. Like, you know, if the fuse on the well went out or the breaker on the well blew, obviously I wouldn't get water anymore. Cock-a-doodle. I suppose I could paint the Satsuma yellow. Yellow and brown. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just without the custom skin.
Mene säkin kotiin.
Oh, that's probably what he's actually doing, going home. I'll be I'll be Piss Baby Junior. I don't know what it is about the driving in this game. It's just really satisfying. Even though it's twitchy and janky and weird. Like, I've driven back and forth from home so many times. I've spent so many hours playing this game just driving. And it's, you know, not like I'm driving luxury cars or, you know, supercars. They're all old beaters. But I think that's what makes it stand out from other games. You know, it doesn't matter how good you get without mods, obviously. You're still going to be driving the Pissmobile. Oh, hey, my door's been open the whole time. Thought I heard something. And paying the bills. Yes, I know, I need to get my car done. Give me my phone bill, please. Thank you. I think I've got about half a load of wood to chop too, but that can wait. See, a lot of people seem to have trouble driving the Ferndale, and you just... you have to drive it for what it is. It's a drag car. It's not going to handle well in the dirt. That's why I like to just leave it in second gear if I'm driving it off-road. But, I mean, it's still, you know, if I'm picking a car to drive, that's not going to be my first choice. It's a pain in the ass. Even on the highway, you know, it likes to lose control. Hey, phone call. Is my car ready already? Hey, how'd I know? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make that in time. I mean, I suppose I could try, but it doesn't really matter that much. I can't remember when he closes. It's 4 or 6. I should actually pay attention to things like that. No, it's already almost 5. I doubt I'd make it in time. Didn't even finish showering. I was a dirty piss baby. Yeah, that's true. It's you get used to driving anything in the dirt, and the Ferndale is just impossible. Like even if you, like if I have, my controller with the analog throttle and brake, and I force it into second gear instead of putting it into drive, as long as I feather the gas, I'm fine, and I can, not lose control of it. Man, maybe I should go pick up the... No, that's fine. I was thinking maybe I should go pick up the Ferndale and use it to go pick up the car tomorrow, but I can just take it as a sewage truck out there and use that. Yeah, exactly. They have quirks that you have to learn to love. Let's see. What time is it? 5. You're gonna have to put all this on too at some point. I was thinking about doing it this stream, but I don't know if we're gonna get there now. I'll have to stop at some point before I get too sore. Yeah, I like shit boxes. Oh, that's right. I've got to pick up the other shit box from the drunks. I've been using it to deliver booze. Oh yeah, the upgrading definitely. That's going to be the any new upgrades are going to be on a video for sure. But things like getting like replacing the transmission and stuff. Oh, favorite IRL shit box. I don't know if it would qualify as a shitbox or not, but when I moved to the other side, I moved to Australia. I lived in Australia for like 6 or 7 years. My first car when I moved there was a 91 Ford Falcon. It was like their 30th anniversary model. It had I think it had a 4-liter straight 6 in it. And it didn't have a lot of power, but it was, once I got going, it was pretty beefy. Yeah, definitely. But it was a really good deal, and it was running and didn't have any trouble, and I needed a car for work, so oh, that's nice. Ah, I think a little spare piece of bone just came out of my mouth. In a good way, I mean. The stash is growing. No, not ready yet. Yeah, when I lived there, that was when I actually worked as a mechanic for I guess they'd call themselves a luxury brand. And obviously, I tend to talk a lot of crap about my former brand of employment, so I generally don't name them very often. But let's just say it rhymes with band boner. Well, going by how my selling sprees tend to go, it's my future liver failure also because I'm I don't I'd have to look it up to be sure, but it seems like they have alcohol tolerance coded into this game because I'm to the point where I can down like 5 bottles of the good stuff and it still won't make me black out. Because every time I go, I take a car full and just sit there and sell it to him until I black out. That's why the beater's over at his place right now, and I actually need to go get it at some point. What time is it now? 6. Let's save real quick. That'll advance it a bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. Because when I started out, it was like, I think the third one would knock me out. And now it's up to the point where I'll do 5, and I'll have to save a couple bottles if I want to black out because I don't have enough to sell to him. Yeah, the problem. It's definitely going to be when I start my winter car. Having a problem is going to be very suiting for this character with how much booze I've been drinking. I wish there was a stat counter for it somewhere that I knew of, because I've gone through so many bottles of this stuff. But that's also how I got loaded with money so quickly. Is because I've been buying like sugar every time the store's got it all. Although my sugar stockpile's running out. Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, the way Uncle sounds next door, I'm surprised he's still alive. But he's always got free drinks for me when I come by, so I won't complain. That's not what I came in here for. I came in here because I'm too lazy to use the toilet. No, it would make perfect sense. I mean, and especially when you're drinking something, homemade like this, it's not, it doesn't exactly have a whole lot of quality control to it. It could end up being, something that gives you brain damage if you drink too much of it. Yep. All right, what do we got? Food for grandma. That's a pain. Although I am already pretty tired here. Yeah, exactly. A hidden brain damage stat, that'd be perfect. You know what? I'm not hungry, but... Oh no, I'm out of charcoal, aren't I? Damn. I was gonna grill some sausages. I suppose I could go to the... You know what? I got a little bit of time to burn, and I'm not gonna be working on the car this stream, I think. So I think what we'll do... We'll go out to the island. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's funny because you look at this game and My Winter Car also at the surface, and it looks really simple, really basic. You know, it doesn't have really fancy graphics, but the amount of detail and the time that he put into programming this game and all the little things inside it that you don't see until you actually play it and experience them. Like, I can't even begin to imagine what it takes to come up with that kind of stuff. Just, you know, kind of on the fly. But I've also never been a super creative person, unfortunately. I'd very much like to be, but nice. First pull, that's a good omen. And now the loudest vehicle in the game. Yeah, maybe I should start making mods. Darn weight of the two-stroke fuel's throwing my boat off. Hey, you. He always manages to run into me when I'm out here not paying attention. You know, it's silly. There aren't many other games where I'll do stuff like that just while I'm playing by myself. Nobody needs to be watching. You know, he's just run into me while I was crossing the lake before, and I'll see him and go out of my way just to, you know, give him the bird. Yes, it is mine today, but it probably won't be tomorrow. It'll probably end up being sacrificed at the altar of the porcelain god. Yeah, see? Yeah, exactly. You know, like, nice, you know, a nice boat ride at sunset across the lake. And I'm going to go over to the cabin and have a nice evening and probably finish off the stream there, I think. It's been going for about an hour and a half now. Is it still running all right? Because I've never really... I mean, I've streamed stuff for friends, like little things, but nothing this long. Yeah, exactly. And then there's, you know, also with the, you know, like the alcoholism stat, and then, you know, that stat can affect your brain damage stat. And so could, you know, getting in a serious car wreck could increase your brain damage stat. You know, if you get in a really bad accident, it could make it so, so you can't read text anymore, like you forget how to read. make it really realistic. Or make it so like you walk really slow. That would be real torture. Looks like Grandma's fish supply is doing well. I just leave it here for her. Alright. See, already prepared. I like to spend time out here relaxing sometimes. I was actually really concerned that he had programmed that in, and that when I first started the game, I might have actually mentioned it in my in the first video where I was starting it up. Like I was worried about starting the car in the garage with the closed doors because I thought maybe it would end up killing me if I left it running in there for too long. Snacks for later. Oh, my sausage is spoiled. That's okay. We'll just have fresh fish instead. Yeah, exactly. I like how they included the cold mechanic in the game and how you have to, remember to wear your winter clothes and stuff. Yeah, I don't even care about the graphics. This game is just a vibe in itself. Oh, perfect. I'm sure you can't hear it, but I live out in the country, and I've got my window open because it's been fairly warm out lately, and I can hear coyotes howling out in the distance. And it's like the perfect vibe to go with sitting here by my wood stove, grilling fresh fish and having a beer. I should have brought the radio with me, I forgot. Yeah, exactly. It just goes to show that you don't need, crazy realistic graphics to build atmosphere. The atmosphere comes more from the design and the game itself than actual graphics. I mean, graphics obviously can do a huge amount for atmosphere in a game, but it's obviously not a requirement either. Yeah, definitely Bogan Life. This is, I grew up in doing outdoor stuff, and obviously I was a mechanic, and I've done a bunch of other stuff before that, landscaping and carpentry and a bit of everything, really. Yeah, it definitely does because I mean, through the entire history of well, games or even just any sort of video entertainment in general, like graphics have always improved over time. to the point where stuff starts to look outdated. But games that are really well designed, live on really. Like they're the games that have staying power. Or movies even. A lot of the really good older horror movies, part of the reason that they last so well and that they stand up so well is because the practical effects were so good and they spent so much time and effort on them that it shows through, even though they didn't have, huge amounts of computer generated graphics and stuff to just throw in green screens to do whatever with. What a nice sunset. Come on, fire. I guess I shouldn't have put so much wood in it. Not that I'm hungry. I'm just doing it for the vibes. Oh, did you? Nice. In France, that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen one in the wild. I did see quite a few in like petting zoos and stuff in Australia. I command you, turn to coals. That's pretty crazy. I guess that stuff happens a lot, though, especially with exotic animals. Little tiny kind of country zoos and petting zoos that just go completely unnoticed. Yeah, kangaroos scare me. They are too ripped to be natural. What are the winters like there where you're at, if you don't mind me asking? Ah, oh, finally. Cook my fish. Okay, so that's pretty similar to what it's like where I live. It's cold. Sometimes we get snow or hail or ice, but most of the time it's just rain. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm actually I'm living back in the Pacific Northwest in America now, but yeah, in Australia, even the winters there were uh, really mild where I was living. It was mild, and most of the year was pretty humid. And then, during the summer, you'd have days where it'd be over 40 fairly often, which is really fun to work on a hot car in a non-air conditioned workshop on a day where it's over 40. But I guess you kind of get used to it anyways, and it just becomes the norm. I brought extra supplies. I don't know if I've got the brain cell today. What are you doing out there? Get away from my island.
Vittujen vittu.
Go somewhere else. Oh, good thing I had my flashlight on. Come on, where is it? There it is. There we go. Where I turned my interface off. I don't know. I have had so much kill you in the game that it is probably transferred to me in real life. Midnight already. Definitely summer in Finland. Ah, the fish is finally ready. There we go. We'll have our grilled pike and a beer. Yep, definitely. I should have brought the radio with me. I'll have to remember and do that next time. I actually had it out here and I left it out here, but then I ended up taking it back home because I wanted to use it while I was at home working on the car and stuff too. And then I had it sitting in the kitchen because I was listening to it while I was running my moonshine operation. All right, well, I think that I'm probably going to call it now. It's been a pretty fun stream. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out and talking so much. It made it a lot better. I probably wouldn't have gone nearly this long without it. So it definitely made it a lot more enjoyable to go through the normal daily slog in the game when I can sit here and chat with somebody else while I do it. No, definitely not too many messages. Messages as much as you want. But yeah, it seems to be working all right, so that's awesome. I'll definitely plan on streaming some more. So, and I think even when I finish the normal stuff in this game, I'm probably not going to be completely done with it. I'll probably end up, I don't know, coming up with some challenges to do or something. But anything that's like, new content, so new upgrades, races, that sort of stuff, obviously I'm gonna save that stuff for video until I've done it enough. I mean, the rally, once I've done that enough times, people aren't gonna want to keep watching that over and over. But I do actually want to spend some time practicing once I get the car switched back over. Yeah, that's actually I've just been trying to think of what, because I haven't actually played it a whole lot. So trying to come up with stuff to do is kind of tough. I mean, I've seen tons of content, but I mean, I'm not those people. I don't want to copy what other people are doing necessarily. But I think I just need to install it and play it. 'Cause I know there's like the career mod supposed to be pretty cool. I'd like to try that sometime as well. And I mean, there are just so many mods for that game, it's ridiculous. And a lot of challenges and, challenge maps and stuff. There's a ton of different things to do. It's pretty limitless, actually. Well, I think the main thing that has been keeping me from doing a majority of uh, any sort of driving games is just because, like, I've got a controller, but it's like a really old, beat up Cytec P990 that, I mean, it works great. It doesn't have any stick drift or anything. It works excellent. It's just really old, and the triggers aren't analog, so I can't do analog gas or brake or anything. And I'd really like to have like a wheel and pedals, because that's kind of, that's sort of my thing. But and I don't think configuring my flight stick and throttle for driving will work for this game or for BeamNG either. So yeah, again, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. And thanks for chatting. That's the most, that just sitting here chatting with me, made it so much better. Yeah, exactly. Like any of the any of the racing or drifting games. Well, I mean, I spent the money on a stick and throttle to play flight sim games, so same thing. I just don't have a whole lot of disposable income, so it would be something I would have to save for quite a while. Nice. Well, I appreciate you watching. For the, I think any future live streams, now that I've got it figured out and I know that it works, I'll probably just schedule them, and that way it won't just be a random, in the middle of the night sort of thing, or early in the morning, for depending on where you are. But yeah, getting a wheel and pedal set up is definitely on my list for stuff I want to do. That's really the only one of the only thing that's been holding me back from doing like BeamNG stuff. Yeah, I wasn't too worried about it. I figured if somebody'd show up, somebody'd show up. If not, at least I'd find out if it works. And now that, you were nice enough to show up and talk with me this whole time, and now I know for sure that it works well, so that's awesome. And I got to hang out and talk about this game and other games. So yeah, I don't think so either. Like with the flight stick and throttle, like I don't use them a ton right now. I used to use them quite a bit more, but I still don't regret having them because when I want to use them, I can grab them and use them. It's just been so long since I've played any games that are really kind of controller games. And I think this would actually be fun with the wheel and pedals also. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching and take care, be safe. I'll see you later. Hopefully next time if you're around. So thanks again for coming.